Good morning, everyone. This is a lecture for the payroll project, the Cengage text, and we're going to be going over the project. So there's several parts to this. I'm allowing you 2 weeks to complete this as it is involved, and it is worth 40% of your grade. So we will look at the October 9th payroll. It asks us to open the general ledger problem in the new tab, and we're going to go through the tips. So as you see here, and I'll expand this for you, if I'm able to here. It's not letting me do what I want. But anyway, it says ensure that the system date at the top of the screen is October 9th, 2025. And you can see right here, it is in fact, the system date is at October 9th, 2025. This date will be used as a default date throughout this assignment. You may change the system date using the calendar or by entering a date using the date format shown. So we want to make sure we have the correct date on hand. Read the instructions displayed on the assignment panel to complete the assignment. You can browse through the instructions by selecting the previous or next button, or you can use the drop-down menu. This project represents real-world documents that you're going to refer to in order to complete the assignment. So you'll use this button here to open the source documents. So as you see, source documents are going to be shown here. They're referenced in the instructions. Use the source documents and the detailed instructions that accompany the source documents to record the various entries that we're going to be doing. You can drag the bottom right corner of the panel to resize the window. The title bar may be dragged to reposition the window anywhere on the screen. There's a calculator here that's available for you. I always have a calculator on hand just because it makes it so much easier. Make sure you save the assignment so you can resume it at a later time. You will not be happy if you have to start all over again. Once the assignment is completed, then you can hit the submit button. Just have her email me to work. You check the assignment option. When this is available, which it will be for you, use this to check your work. As you see here, select this menu to view supplementary options such as resizing instruction text size or general instructions, and you can launch this Get Started tutorial from the additional menu option. If you have issues, feel free to reach out to me. You can click on this question box, and that will also provide you with some assistance. In this area here, the simulation area, you get to perform the tasks according to the instructions in the project. The menu over here list the modules used in this simulation. Use it to go to any module, and then you can use the back arrow to collapse the menu and make your work area larger. You can use this icon up at the top here to access the menu again. The selected module is going to be highlighted. And in this tasks, this menu you'll select to display the items within each module, such as maintain accounts, maintain vendors, or the general journal. Sorry, I'm moving my screen, but it's the only way I can allow it to be full for you guys. This item here from the top menu is launched in a window. Resize the window by dragging the bottom right corner of the panel. Drag the title bar to reposition the window anywhere within the simulation area so that you can place windows side by side. The top of the panel contains options to close and to minimize or maximize or to launch the help file. Then, as you see here, use the Windows button at the bottom of the simulation area to display all the open windows in a list. Quickly go to a window by selecting it from there. The dashboard here, use the dashboard to review data in a graph form. In the normal course of the assignment, you might not be instructed to view the dashboard, but if you do, that's where you go. And then lastly, you can toggle between panels. Use the keyboard Control F2 or the Command F2 to toggle between the assignment panel and the simulation area. Use the Control F3 to toggle between the assignment panel and the source documents. And then within the simulation area, use the keyboard Control F9 to move to the Windows button. So hopefully that will help you in this project. So this project is going to be about Glow Bright Paint Company. You're the payroll accountant, and your work involves maintaining employee information, paying the employees, generating payroll and payroll tax entries, and recording entries to pay the payroll taxes and dues and to fund the payroll account. Assume that the payroll records, the tax reports, and the deposits have been completed and filed for the prior periods, and beginning balances reflect all payroll entries made for the year to date. Follow the instructions displayed on the assignment panel and in source documents and make updates to the payroll and general ledger systems as needed, as required. Other modules are grayed out and are not available. To help you get started, the first assignment is a tutorial of the system with step-by-step instructions and images of completed reports at every step in the process. Note that the payroll system uses the 2024 annualized percentage method. Tables for automated payroll systems to compute federal income taxes. This will produce amounts slightly different from amounts in the wage bracket tax tables used in Chapter 7. Also, 1 to 2 cent differences are going to occur throughout the solution because of rounding. If you need help, press the question mark up here to the right. It appears above the assignment panel. You may also access these general instructions at any time using the tool icon. Your work will be automatically saved at regular intervals, and you can use the save button down here. Please use the save button just so you don't have any issues. You can check your work if there's a check at the bottom of the assignment panel. You will be shown the items checked, errors found, extra items, missing items, and total graded items. All items are checked. Only payroll transactions and general ledger balances are graded. To correct errors, go back to the previous steps and check your work. Since grading is based on payroll transactions and showing correct ending balances, in the general ledger, you may change and repost payroll entries and add new general journal entries. Incorrect entries can be deleted from the general journal using the trash. Can you get this? Otherwise, you may start over by selecting the icon bar. Reset at the bottom of the company information sheet. From the company module, select company setup and company information. If you reset, all progress within the assignment is gonna be lost. So you don't want to do that. When you are comfortable that you have completed all steps of the assignment, correctly select the submit. If your assignment was set up with feedback after take, you will be provided with a detailed report showing general ledger accounts, payroll data, and payroll transactions. The report can be filtered to show only incorrect balances. Correct balances are indicated with a green check, and balances in error will show a red cross. So as we look at the instructions over here on the right, it states from the general ledger module, select account lists and chart of accounts. The chart of accounts in this simulation includes accounts used in payroll entries and a capital account to balance the accounts. So we'll go over here from the general ledger. It asks us to select account lists and chart of accounts. Here's our account list. We'll click on our chart of accounts. This chart of accounts includes accounts used in payroll entries. So it's got our cash, our payroll cash.
Unknown caller.
Can you take that, Kim? And it has the various liabilities that we will use in order to process payables. And we also see a capital account. And we've got some various expenses. So we have administrative salaries, office salaries, sales salaries, plant wages, and payroll taxes. An actual company would have more than payroll accounts in its chart of accounts. So basically, the whole purpose of this is to do a payroll project. Therefore, we're not going to confuse you with a lot more various accounts. Review the account names and classifications. You will use these accounts in journal entries, and they will be used in system-generated payroll entries. Okay, so at least you know where to find that. Again, we went to the general journal. We went over to payroll account lists and the chart of accounts. Okay, so now we're going to look at how we go about editing employee information. From the payroll module, select tasks and maintain employees. So we're going to go to the payroll module. So you'll see the payroll module down here, and we're going to select there the tasks, and then we're going to go to maintain employees. We'll scroll down to employee number 180. So employee number 180 says student. Here you're going to enter your own name in the employee name field and leave the other fields as is. So I'm going to put in my information. And we're going to leave all the other information as is, and then we're going to click on Save. Pretty straightforward there, guys. Next, we're going to display the employee list report. The report is shown in Source Document 1, employee list. It will be shown in Source Document number 1. The employee list is dated October 9th. Detailed instructions accompany the report. Verify the name change on employee number 180 from instruction number 3 and make any corrections by repeating the steps using tasks and maintain employees. Be sure to save. So you see here, you can see that my name, or the name was changed, and it was saved. So in the number 3, all they wanted us to do was enter our own name in the employee field and leave the other fields as is. So we are good on that one. Now we're going to enter the payroll transactions for October 9th, beginning with check 672. Refer to source document number 2. So we're going to go over here and we're going to look at source document number 2. Oh, that was the employee list here, dated October 9th, that we show in our source documents. Refer to source document number 2, the employees that are going to be paid in this period, and the detailed instructions which accompany the document. We're going to calculate taxes and review for reasonableness. We'll also review source document number 3, the 2024 percentage method tables for automated payroll systems, which supports the tax calculated by the payroll system. So, in the source documents, here I pulled up this employee list up here in reports under employee list, showing the October 9th. But what I should have done is shown the list in this fashion through the source documents, as you see here. And this is what we're going to be working on in order to complete the payroll. So to complete this new task, what we're going to do here is we're going to look at this source document number 2, where it gives us a list of various employees to pay. I'm clicking on the instructions and it tells me to enter the payroll records, select tasks and employees. So I'll go in here and I'm going to go to task, and then I'm going to click on pay employees. We're going to use a plus to add a new pay record for each employee. So here let me close. I've got too many things open. Let me close that. So we are going to, in here, we're going to use a plus to add a new pay record for each employee. So now that I closed out a lot of screens and I went to the tasks to pay employees, you see here an add screen. We use that to pay a new pay record for each employee. We're going to make sure the date is set to October 9th, which it is, and we're going to make sure that the first check is set to check number 672. We'll select the employee and enter hours in the correct column for hourly employees. So again, we're going to first start with paying Anthony Victor Bono. So we're going to click on Mr. Bono, and we know we want to enter his regular hours. He has 80 hours, and we see that his union dues are $8. So we're going to show his regular hours of 80 hours. Okay. And as I scroll over here, I want to show union dues of $8. There is no overtime here. And there should be federal taxes, state income taxes. It looks like there's city tax, and there's Social Security and Medicare tax. So we can look at this amount here, and I am showing here that his gross would be $1,408, and his net would be $1,167.76. Next, we will go to the next employee, Jamie Ferguson. So we'll add Jamie Ferguson. This one, I need to make this check number 672. This check number is going to be 673. And she has a regular salary. And there do not appear to be any additional items for her. I just want to make sure I'm covering that Jamie has just a regular salary. Her check number is 673. And again, we will calculate the taxes, and it will show here that she has federal income taxes withheld and the state income tax. So we will continue to do that for each employee. So now that we have completed the entire payroll, we've added all of the names, we're now going to look at the numbers and compare them to the source document We're looking at the document 4 here, and we're going to go at the payroll module. We're going to go to Reports, Payroll Report. Now this report's for just Anthony Bono, and we're going to make sure that this information matches what our payroll report information shows. So we do see for Anthony the yearly salary of $12,730, and we just want to make sure that our numbers are in sync with what this source document shows. So I'm just scrolling down. The net pay for the year is $117,129. The city tax, $582, with a total here of $59,1579. Basically, you want to make sure that your figures match what the source document shows here. And if they do, that's what you want to see. You want those to match perfectly. Okay? So again, this is instruction 6 out of 14, where we're displaying the report and we want to make sure the payroll summary matches. Now we are going to go to the number 7. We're going to generate and post the journal entry for the October 9th payroll. We're going to look at source document 5 here, and the current payroll journal entries are for October 9th along with the instructions. So let's look here. I'm going to first minimize this. Let's look at the instructions. From the payroll module, select tasks and current payroll journal entry. Answer yes when asked if you want to generate the journal entry. Compare the journal entry to the source document. If they match, post. So here is the journal entry we want to do here. And I'm going to look at the source document. And if this all matches, then we're going to post this journal entry. And it looks like they match. So if they match, we're going to click right here, the post. Okay? Posted journal entries generated by the payroll system will appear in the general journal and the general ledger with payroll shown in the reference column. If the payroll entry does not match the source document, check that you calculated taxes and saved. Check the employee list against the payroll report for keying errors and go back to pay employees to make the necessary changes. So we have posted the various that journal entry, and we should be good there. Next, we're going to generate and post the employer's payroll taxes journal entry. Refer to source document 6. So source document 6 shows the employer payroll taxes and journal entries. From the payroll module, here, from the payroll module, select tasks and employer's payroll taxes. Journal entry. We want to record it. Journal entry to record has already been generated. Do again. The journal entry to record the employer's payroll taxes has already been do it again. I said yes. Compare the journal entry to the source document. If they match, post. So here are payroll taxes of $1,396.66 We've got the OASDI, the hospital insurance, FUTA, and SUTA. I'm going to post that. They match. Posted journal entries generated by the payroll system will appear in the general journal and in the general ledger, with payroll shown in the reference column, as you can see right here. If the payroll entry doesn't match the source document, check that you've calculated the taxes correctly. So we're good on that one. Okay, next we're going to enter and post the October 9th general journal entry to record the deposit of cash for the total net amount owed to employees in the payroll cash account. Refer to document 7. A memorandum to transfer the net pay amount from the operating cash account to the payroll cash account. Detailed instructions accompany the source document. So as you see here, here is the document that shows we need to transfer $12,575.32 from the operating cash account to the payroll cash account for the October 9th payroll. From the general ledger module, select Tasks and General Journal. Select Add New Entry to start, and verify that the date says October 9th. So we see the system date says October 9th. Enter any reference you choose, for example, General. So we are going to so here we have the, we'll put General in here, okay, and then select Insert Debit, Credit, and enter or select the account from the drop-down account list. Enter the debit amount to payroll cash. So we're going to debit payroll cash, and we are going to take the amount of $12,575.32. So $12,575.32, and then we are going to credit the cash. I just want to make sure. Credit cash. Finally, post this entry to the general ledger using post. I'm going to do $12,575.32. Then we need to make sure we click the post button. Okay. Next, we're going to display the general journal report for October 9th. We're going to refer to the source document here. Here's our source document, number 9. Refer to the source document number 9, General Journal Report, for detailed instructions and a complete report. So here, what we need to do is from the General Ledger module, go up here, from the General Ledger module, select Journal Reports and General Journal. Change the date of the report to start date October 9th and end date October 9th. So we want it to start October 9th and we want it to end October 9th. Note that you can customize the report to display specific references or account numbers. Compare the general journal report to the source document. If they don't match, you can correct the entries from the general journal and repost or remove the entry completely. So here we're looking, I'm just going down and seeing my debits and credits should be $29,575. And if I look, the administrative salaries, $2307.69. Office salaries, $4723.08. If I go down to payroll cash, that's $12,575.32. We've got the taxes payable, $962.79. Everything looks to match. Compare. Remember, you're graded on ending balances and not getting every entry correct. Next, number 11, display the general ledger report for October 9th. Refer to source document number 10. So here is the general ledger report. Our instructions from the general ledger module, select ledger reports and general ledger. Note that you can customize this report to list only a selected range of accounts. Compare the general ledger report to the source document. If they don't match, you can correct entries from the general journal and repost or remove the entry completely and start over again. Remember, you're graded on ending balances and not getting everything correct. So here, if I open this up, I'm going to make this a little bigger. And if I open this up, I'm showing here our cash balance is at $199,846.33. Here we've got payroll cash, $12,575.32 credit. We just scroll down and we want to make sure that all of our numbers are accurate. Here I've got a credit of capital of $356, 142.07, administrative salaries, again, payroll taxes, $15,860.77. The purpose here is to make sure we are correct with what the numbers should be detailing. Now, the next instruction is to generate a labor distribution graph. Refer to source document 11. Labor distribution graph for a completed report. Let's look at how we do that. From the company module, so I'm going to click here and I'm going to go to the company module, select graphs and labor distribution. Notice that the software creates a graph from the year-to-date values. Compare the graph to the source document. If they do not match, check the payroll entry and the employee general ledger account.
Connor Lee.
It looks like they're matching. Thank you. Okay.
This is Kim answered for Nancy's cell phone. She's busy right now.
If there is a check near score on lower right of your screen, you may view your score in a summary report showing items checked, errors found, and extra items, total graded items, and missing items. This is an option that may or may not be available for you. So Before proceeding, ensure that the data on each active window is saved. So basically, you can look and you see the items checked and any errors found, total graded items, anything missing. Make changes and pay employees. Okay, try to locate the source of the errors and figure them out. Make changes and pay employees and in the general journal, and remember you can reset to start over from the company module. Select company setup and company information. The reset command is on the bottom. This way you can click on this check and check your work and see how you are doing. When you're comfortable that you've completed all steps of the problem correctly, click on Submit on the lower right-hand part of the screen, right down here. You'll be graded primarily on 3 criteria for the payroll problems. Are the pay settings for each employee correct? Are the payroll entries correct? And are the ending balances correct? So I am going to submit this. And we can export this. Now, what I would encourage you to do is save this. Export it as an Excel and save your work so that way you make sure you have a copy of where you ended up. Okay, so that does it for the first module. I'll see you in the second module.